Hey guys, what's up? You already know who this is. This is your girl Queen B, and Queen B is back in the mother effing house. So let's get straight to it. Straight to it. All right. Kazim, I need you to step to the front. I dealt with your husband yesterday. I'm going to deal with you today. Now that you finally come out and tell your side of the story, it gives me a better assessment of the whole situation. And Kazim, I don't know if maybe you're living in a bubble or you're just so immature minded that you did not understand the full seriousness and the concept of what went down in Trinidad, where you end up behind bars. I feel you did not, at this point, listening to your side of the story, and especially when everything kind of bust loose, and you steady trying to tell everybody, oh, I'll deal with it when I get back to England. I just want to enjoy my carnival. Oh, I deal with it. I'll step in. I will explain. No. Kazim. Something serious like that just happened to you, to the point where you get boof up and whatever in the car with the police them allegedly abused you or whatever. Those were some serious dramatic moments. That was like a life-changing moment. And now that I'm hearing your side of the story, I can understand a little bit of Chris's side. Now, Chris, you still never get to it, you still never get to it. Because everything we said in the video, I still stand by it. You used it at that moment as a viewing moment, drama moment, little spice to your platform. So you're not get to it if you say some part of you keeping your life on was not for entertainment purposes. Me not gonna take that back. You understand? But I can understand, like, originally how you felt, to the point where you thought it was a prank at first, so you kind of didn't take it serious. But it was at some point, Chris, that you knew it was serious. And like I said, you still kept your life on. So I cannot excuse away the fact that you did not turn off your life and gave the whole serious situation some privacy, that your husband was being locked up and what he was going through. You still get the blame for that, right? No, Kazim, I'm going to fast forward and I'm going to analyze some of the stuff that you said. And it was a few things that kind of perturbed me. What perturbed me is your husband is telling you the reasons of why he felt the way he did, thought the way he did. Whether it's all true or not, I don't care about that. The bottom line, your husband is expressing to you how he felt, seeing you in handcuffs, seeing you in this, seeing you that. And you, who've been with him long enough, that should know him better than any one of us, should have been able to empathize with that and say, okay, Chris, I understand now why you would think what you did, or why you would think the way you did. Maybe it's my fault that I did not fully explain to you the correct way of how everything went down for you to feel the way you did. Kazim, there's a part of it that I do not believe you, and I think you're straight lying. And I don't care even if your husband want to come at me for saying this, may I say it. You're lying. In the car where you was explaining a little bit about what went down, I in my heart believe that you put it on Keon. Yes, Kazim, I'm telling you the truth. I in my heart, and listening to you speaking, you put it on Keon. You the one that turned it around to help validate that Keon was the one that was the aggressor. It was because of Keon that you got yourself locked up. It was because of Keon that made you in the situation that you were in. I strongly believe, yes, you did tell them what Chris say you said. I do believe it. I do believe when you say Keon turn around, you said it in a way to make everybody think that Keon turned around and went back to the fight or went back to being aggressive. Yes, I believe you said it, and I believe you purposely did it. You know why? Because you know your husband. And you know your husband, if he felt like, you initiated something, or, you got into it because of Keon, you knew that your husband would be very upset and very angry at the fact that you got yourself in a position like that over your friend. And for what he did, you got involved, right? You knew your husband would be upset. So therefore, you tried to pacify it and make it sound in a way like it was Keon who was the aggressor, and you had no choice but was to get involved to protect yourself or whatever. I feel you spit a narrative there. Yes, I do believe you kind of twist up the story a little bit to make it be more Keon looking guilty than even you. And I think you purposely did that because you did not want Chris to come at you. So, so that part, I definitely say I'm going to give you the wrong for do that. You should have straightened it right then and there. You should have corrected it. The next thing that perturbed me is the fact that, like I said, something serious like that just went down. Your husband is upset. People is getting upset. He's posting all this thing about your friend. And instead of you taking the time to come out and clear the air, you're going to talk about, you want to have fun in Trinidad. You don't want nobody to mess up your vacation. And you want to finish Carnival. That was very, very selfish of you. And that to me tells me you did not comprehend the situation serious enough to have been able to address it immediately. Either because you're immature or you were just plain selfish. And for that, you was wrong. The last but not the least that perturbed me with you, no matter how your husband is speaking and letting you know, a lot of what Keon said was not true about his restaurant, about the rats, about sleeping on, the flower bag, and, being homeless, and, all these other things that Keon came out and said. As much as your husband on several occasions hinted that and said it, you never once backed him up and said, yes, it is not true. Keon told a lie. We're not homeless. We're not sleeping on a flower bag. No. My husband, you know what I mean? Like you never, ever, ever confirmed with him or denied anything that Keon said. And I could see where Chris left it open a couple of times for you to pop in and say, no, that is not true. We're not homeless. We're not, you know what I mean? And you never once backed up your husband on that. So if you yourself not backing up your husband on that, you leave it for the public then to believe that everything that Keon is saying is true. Because here you are on your live having the opportunity where you could discredit Keon when it came to certain things, about your private life, about the business. The only thing you keep on saying is he shouldn't have said anything about the business. He shouldn't have brought the business in it. But you're not saying what you said about the business is a lie, Keon. What you say, I love you, you're my friend, I know we have each other back, but in this case, you were wrong, and I'm letting them know that what you said about the business, what you said about us being homeless, what you said about all of that is a lie. You never said anything, Kazim. You stayed quiet. And what do we say in life? Silence means agreeance. If you ever hear that saying, it's say, silence means agreement. When a person is silent on certain thing, that means they agree with what the person said. You were wrong, Kazim. You were wrong. If I was you, and you pick up your life and you go on to say you want peace, you want all of this to be done and done away with. But at the end of the day, Kazim, you only want peace for yourself. Yes, you only want peace for yourself. Because if you did not want peace for just yourself, you would have backed your husband up when he tried to clear his name and clear his reputation about sleeping in his bakery, about him not decorating his own, even that part about decorating his own cake, even that, Kazim, you work with your husband. You work behind the scene in the kitchen. You know what goes on behind there. You, of all people, could have came out to help validate his story to say, I do decorate my own cake. I don't need nobody to help me bake. Not even that. You did not stand behind your husband and spoke up. You kept quiet. And the only thing that I can say, if you kept quiet because everything that Keon and Kia is saying is correct, and you did not want to tell a lie, regardless of whether it's your husband or not, you did not want to tell a lie by disputing what they were saying, when you know deep down in your heart all of it is true, then the only thing that I could say to you, Chris, you have a husband who's trying his best to make it into heaven. You know, by not, you have a husband that's trying to stay the straight and narrow path and will only be willing to lie if it's going to save his own self and not save you. Unfortunately, Chris, I am telling you, you may have a husband. Now, I'm not saying it's the gospel truth, but I'm just saying you may have one of those husbands who will do everything to protect himself and probably even protect his best friend too, more than trying to protect you. And I hope you can look into that. Just like how I told another blogger to look into a certain situation, you got to know when someone genuinely, really, truly love you to the point where they become your ride or die. And I can almost guarantee that the relationship that he has with his best friend, where he will ride and die for that best friend, is not the same type of relationship he has with you as a husband. And that is something you're going to have to look into and look into your own self too. Chris, again, yes, you do have to take a lot of the blame for lighting the match. And I see that you already admitted to that, right? And you even went as far as apologize. Kudos for that. But the bottom line is, maybe and just maybe this needed to happen in order to open up your eyes to certain things when it comes to y'all relationship. This needed to happen in order to see how far certain individual would go to try to destroy you in a situation like this. And I need you to also open up your eyes and keep your eyes open on this whole situation, because this might just be an intervention from God to open all of this, to open your eyes to certain things. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss the lesson. May God help both of you. I pray for you. I pray for peace among all of you. But yet, yes, I am a blogger, and I'm here for the mix up the sus and the pasa. So yes, I will be keeping track of this story, and I will bring it out when it comes to me. You guys have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, morning, any part of the world you're in today. Queen Bee come, Queen Bee talk, and Queen Bee is